Welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News. It is I, Josh Goldstein, your host, and today another week has of COVID-19 has gone by here at our studios in South Jersey, near the home of no Flyers, Eagles, Phillies, or 76ers are playing. Here's hoping the Flyers will get their season back on track, or simulated baseball will start out. It's a pretty pathetic spring so far. COVID-19 is actually might all be on the way out. It may be actually, we have movie theaters starting to open up in July. DC is talking about keeping their staff, which is good, and telling creators they could go back to work. And also, starting April 28th, which is good for the industry, one company is on track. And not like the other company. And also, I know somebody wouldn't praising DC again, but DC is figuring out how to beat the distribution problem, to go with their heads and do something, and think Midtown Comics and distributors like that give back to the comic book stores that help out the industry. I know somebody wouldn't want that, but Hippity Hop the Frog was stomped. So basically, I praise DC and knew DC head Jim Lee on that. It's a smart man. I also wanted to say my shout out to my boy Gary. That new Big Bang Adventures is looking good. I look forward to reviewing it. So, one way the declining comic book industry is beating the system, it appears, is instant comics and instant comics are and first comics makers are helping older creators pick up when big labels run into problems or part ways for a while. I almost was thinking that looks like a good company. I still have other options for a while. So you guys can have fun. I actually thought great drawing, somebody else, won't say names. I also, Texas is getting back to COVID-19 news. Texas is opening up its economy, and the kids can go back in the water. The shark is gone in one part of Amity Island. So maybe the 28 other states will open up. Then that's a bunch of swimmers. You don't just got, it's not just out of the water. Nobody's swimming right now. So, yeah. Also, some Brian Dennehy of Rambo First Blood fame died. Gee, I guess his bread ran out of fuel. Can't go get no bread anymore. Oh no. Can't eat no bread. So, so, so actually, and actually, we don't have much comics today. I'm waiting on a couple comics and a couple graphic novels. So I gotta say, uh, I sometimes is the thing about the industry is people don't respect the industry or think it has a significant past or what is the industry about. The thing is, the comic book industry is a part of a art movement called sequential art, and sequential art has gone back hundreds of years to the Egyptians, to the Sumerians. It's like the Japanese were making it in the Middle Ages. They were actually a little ahead of the Americans who invented modern comic books. Their their manga history and their comic book history um, goes back to the 18th century, and the roots of it go back to the Middle Ages and little books of artwork. So they're printing in books way before the Americans experimented in the late 20s. However, the comic book industry we sort of know today, I know this seems awful History Channel of me, is that my History Channel self there is sort of goes back to 1921 with a publication called The Funnies, a 16-page publication that was published by Dell Publishing, not a computer company, a publishing house. They used to publish the original Solar, Man of the Atom, and Turok Hunter, Dinosaur Hunter, that are now published by Valiant of all companies. Actually, I think they still publish Turok. Solar had his death arranged for him nefariously by just the comic book powers that be. No one wanted Solar anymore, which is too bad because I always thought Solar was interesting. It was kind of interesting. I never got, there are a lot of ripoffs of Solar, and I always enjoyed the Valiant version. It's interesting. Never got into Valiant very much. Anyway, Funnies on Parade soon follows, and I'm doing research for a history book of comic book wise, a comic book history book. I know that I have my comic book self, my graphic novel self, and I have my smaller self, my history self. And my history self is almost done his big history project, which he's been wanting to do for years. He's been working on for years. I have this history. It's a sort of Jewish studies for the ritzy guys. My comic book self, my graphic novelist, does the cover for the book. So any of you see this book, it's called Hasmodean Kingdom. Maybe pick it up if you're in a history mood. The cover is neat. You could also I'm working on a history of comics, and it's a really slow news day, but a lot of stuff in the comic industry. And I'm glad DC is going to be saving their ass very, sad about Marvel furloughing their staff. Marvel's just firing people and firing or firing, and you're fired! And some guy at Diamond just quit and is going into the healthcare industry. Guess there's money there because everybody's sick. And so Marvel's just saying, gay, I quit. And DC is saying, I'm going to make some money. We're going to make some comics, eh? So San Diego Comic-Con is canceled. So San Diego's canceled. San Diego's kaput until 2021. A lot of things are kaput until 2021. But basically, I think that is okay. Okay for the industry. Okay. So I might do my little show in June if that isn't canceled. And I might go till 15 minutes this time around. Okay. So we're making this show longer now. So hopefully next year I'll get my shows in my Wizard World and my Greater Philadelphia. Greater Philadelphia is actually delayed this year till September and will probably be canceled too. And Wizard World will probably be saying they're canceling soon. But thanks for spending all your money, though. People in the Wizard World Philadelphia chat room are so panicking, like, oh my God, I'm spending all my money, I'm not going to meet Kurt Mulgrew. So, oh my God, I feel sorry for those poor schmucks. So, too bad. And too bad. So, can't meet Kurt Mulgrew. So, I guess no Voyager for you. So almost done. And so I think our end right now, even though I wanted to go till 15 after, I think our end right now. So next week, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Comic Book Business News.